All right, everyone. So this is officially the very first episode of Tall's quick, less than 5 minute tips. Now, before I continue talking, which is hard for me not to do sometimes, 5 minutes is extravagant, but we're gonna see where this concept takes us. With that said, I have a client. Obviously, this is not their numbers, but this is just a template I'm working on in Zoho. And what we're trying to do is create widgets in Zoho Analytics for specific metrics. Now, those of you that are familiar with Zoho dashboards specifically, you know that basically any data set that you have, you can collect into it and, kind of do what you need to do with it. Well, the idea in widgets kind of builds on that, in that I can really take most, if not all, metrics available to me from the specific data sets in a workspace, right? And be able to kind of do it from there. So, example, if I want to just go ahead and edit something here and create a new widget, and our widget is going to be, let's just call it, in this particular case, I want to look at payments per day as an example, right? So if I look at my data columns, I can right off the bat see here that I've got a plethora of options available to me. Now, again, these are all the data points and fields, tables, if you will, available to me from within Zoho Analytics. So the example here is going to be, I want to be able to take a quick look into how many payments. So I always, first tip to backtrack here a little bit, is search for what you're trying to do. Even if you think you have like a word that's not the right terminology, or you're way off base and you're probably expecting some scientific database word, you very well could be right. But you'd be surprised how more often than not, it's literally a matter of search. And I always like to say, and anybody who tells you otherwise, no offense to them, they're probably lying to you or they don't know. There's not a human being in this planet, I would argue even people that work at Zoho, that know every column and every field of every table. Every other database I've ever worked on, whether it's proprietary or not, I've said this because you learn very quick how humbled one can be by available amount of data sets. Nonetheless, if I come in here and I say, let's look at what I've got for payments in the specific table. So if I look at what Zoho gives me, and I'm interested in Zoho inventory in this particular case, I can come in here and type in payments, and I can see all of my available fields for the payments I received. So in this case, I'm interested in amount, probably BCY. And we're going to group those by, let's just say, we'll group them by the month and year. All right. And you want to go over here and you'll see that you have total amount. Always pay attention to this field. This is going to take it straight from the database, and 9 out of 10, it's going to be this is what's going to show here once we okay it or apply it. More times than not, it's not going to give you an accurate description, or at least one that's self-explanatory. So I like to not touch the dynamic field. Obviously, this dollar sign is indicative to us that it's using the field name for all intents and purposes. So I just want to say dot label, and we can call it in call it month, because this is a monthly report. All right. Once we apply it, it's going to bring it into here. Right now we're filtering for month to date, and there you have it. You want to fix a little bit of the formatting. We're going to fix the width of these. And that's basically it. That's how you create a widget. These widgets, one last thing, will derive and filter automatically based on what you've got on the user data. So as an example, if I want to, right now I'm filtering on purchase and order date, month to date. We're going to add ourselves a payment date. That's going to look that same way. That's all for today. Thanks everyone for joining, and we'll see you on the next 5-minute quick hits. Thanks.